In this video, I'm going to tell you what I think about AI potentially taking the jobs of UI UX designers. Should we be worried? Let's explore. In my early agency years, there was a joke floating around about a mythical make design button. Product managers would push that button and then magically, boom, a design would appear. Obviously, it wasn't that simple. In reality, that button was a send button in an email with a brief to a designer. Then likely that designer would get it way too late in the process, so they would have to do overtime and work nights tirelessly to deliver that design on time. Well, times have changed, and I believe now we might be on the verge of having an actual make design button. For real this time. It's called Dall-e 2, and it's an AI art generator that creates really high quality images based on simple text prompts. It's made by OpenAI, and it's gradually being shown to more and more people, but there is no pricing yet and there is no business model outlined. So are we designers doomed? The main question that many designers are wondering about is whether that means that you should stop doing your bootcamp, you should stop doing your course.
I quit. What?
Because in a very near future, the robots, the AIs will take over and they're gonna do your job better than you and faster than you. I'd say not so fast, but first look at one scary example. Take a look at this Twitter post by Charlotta Blunerova. It shows a couple of 3D icons made by simple text prompts. And that looks really awesome at first glance, doesn't it? These icons are similar in style to the ones that we notoriously see on websites and apps. And yes, those icons aren't perfect. They're not super consistent, they're not really high quality, they're pretty low resolution, they're flat, so you can't really easily get them out of the background, you have to do it manually. So yes, it's not the highest of quality, but we can be pretty sure that AI will get to a higher level of quality with time, right? This is genuinely scary at first glance. Because if AI can do this, then it means that, what's stopping it from taking over design and basically with a simple prompt, let's create an Uber for cats and dogs, it will generate an app with an awesome interface, all the transition and all the flows already in it. And in minutes, not weeks. Well, I don't really think so. I talk about it quite a lot. Art is not design. And yes, the end result is often a flat bitmap displayed on a flat screen of your smartphone or your computer. But the process of getting to the finished product is not by any means similar. There are some things that AI can't do, at least yet, that are necessary in UX design. But let's start with a different argument first. I believe that the UX industry is not big enough to have a need to be disrupted by AI. There are other areas where even visual AI can help a lot more, and I believe that focus will be going there first. Things like logistics, medicine, health, pollution, weather predictions, and a lot more. So training an AI to replace a job that a pretty small portion of the population is doing, I don't think this should be a priority, and I don't believe it's going to be a priority for many years. There are basically other more pressing factors to take care of first. Another thing is that design is iteration, and those AI generators work on a single flat surface based on a single prompt. So they won't create a layered design for you that you can modify yourself in a design tool. They won't create a base for you that you can work on and improve, and they can't really improve it themselves because they don't work in iterations. They work on a single prompt that generates a single outcome. And if you want a different app or if you want some changes, you'll have to generate it all over again. It's just not possible. And it's already computationally heavy right now, so adding layers and that additional layer of complexity, I don't think we're there yet, and I feel that it's gonna take a pretty long time. Also, those AI generators work with text prompts, and this is where it gets tricky, because for the outcome to make sense, the text prompt needs to be really well defined. So it basically basically falls back on us humans to write a proper text prompt. And yes, sure, maybe the future jobs will be all about writing text prompts for AI to generate stuff for us. But for now, I think that we can't really specify an entire app or an entire digital product in just a single, even long sentence. Because if we could, imagine how much better most design briefs would be. And they would be pretty brief too. If those generators were capable of making an app, then you would simply have to write something like make an Uber for cats and dogs into the prompt and then wait and see what happens. But it doesn't really make sense because currently we have a ton of templates on the market for Uber for everything. So basically, if you're looking for pre-made designs that you can quickly incorporate into your own work, then you'll have tons of templates where you can simply swap some artwork and modify some colors and you'll have the design already. So I don't really think there's a need for AI to do that.
Vincent! We happy? Yeah, we happy.
The next question is the cost, because the more complex the project that you want to create and a multi-layered interface with multiple different interactions and different flows is super complex. So that's gonna require a lot of computational power, and we can only speculate how expensive this will be, because for many years this can be more expensive even if the technology gets there, and it's not there by any means. But even if it does get there, it can be more expensive than hiring a designer to do it.
Come on, don't you realize this is costing me money?
And one other important thing, AI is learning by observing what people made before. So if AI is learning from our collective knowledge, it's also learning from people who are just learning.
Yeah, that's one fine looking barbecue pit. Why doesn't mine look like that?
It's going to be repeating their mistakes, it's going to be repeating their little omissions, and it's really difficult to teach the AI to only use specific examples, because then the subset of useful examples will be pretty small. The number of really well-designed apps that are real and working and in the marketplace is surprisingly low. Most of them are pretty badly designed. And we know it as designers, but I don't think an AI just looking at it from a perspective of learning from as many sources as possible will be able to get to this. And of course you can look at Dribbble likes, for example. So you can use designs just from Dribbble and base it only on how popular they are. But trust me, there are some really popular designs on Dribbble that are really bad. So the main reason I don't think AI is going to replace design fully in the near future is that design is a mix of both aesthetics and a multi-level logic. So this is really difficult for an AI to grasp. It's not just art, and it's not something a simple text prompt can generate.
Here are your exams, 50 questions, true or false?
True.
I believe we are safe for now, but I also believe AI will play a very significant role in improving our job and making it better and easier for us to design better things. It can already evaluate some research for us, it can create pretty good flow diagrams, so instead of completely replacing the designer, it's gonna be augmenting the designer's work to make it better. Instead of fearing the AI, I think it's best to learn to use it.
I did it! I pulled it out! And with no brain damage,
And use it as a tool, because that's all it is. It's not a designer, it's not a replacement designer. It's a tool, and it's another tool that a designer can use to make better work. Besides, our curiosity and creativity as designers is something that kind of transcends the design world. If you have those design skills and the design mindset, then you can either pivot to a completely different role pretty easily or find yourself in any particular scenario. Designers are smart, we can figure it out. Simply learn to use these tools and speed up your process. That's gonna help you become a better and more valuable designer. What do you think about AI potentially taking our jobs?
They took our jobs!
Oh, they took our jobs!
They took your jobs! They took your jobs!
Let me know in the comments, and I will add the most insightful comments and suggestions into the next video on AI, because yes, we're gonna be exploring this topic in a lot more detail. But for now, don't be afraid of Skynet.
Skynet has become self-aware.
We'll be fine. And obviously, have a beautiful day.